push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction.
Ever since I can remember, AI has been something that has always been talked about, especially the more that we move towards the digital age. Being raised in the early 2000s like most, I got to see the development of not only internet itself, but technology that surrounds it, everything from computing into mobile cell phones and gaming. The biggest technological advance that I thought I would ever see in my lifetime was flying cars, but that has yet to be seen. And yet we are living in a time where self-actualizing robots live among us. It feels like I'm Will Smith living in iRobot, because I never thought I'd see the day when self-driving cars and robots would be part of everyday life. Now, if you don't know what AI is, it stands for artificial intelligence. AI is the ability of a computer or robot to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence and discernment. AI makes it possible for machines to learn from experience, adjust to new inputs, and perform human-like tasks. So basically what that means is a computer that can learn from data so that it can change its actions without the need for further human reprogramming. So a robot or computer that can learn from its mistakes and its own experiences, basically individualizing it and making it its own being. Now, this is definitely some type of weird dystopian science fiction drama, but at the same damn time, I mean, it's just the natural evolution of man when you think about it. AI is something that has always been in the background in science labs and development studios, but in 2023, it is at our everyday fingertips. Thanks to applications and programs like ChatGPT, the average everyday consumer can use AI on an everyday basis whenever they need it.
I caught half of you using ChatGPT for the last essay, so guess what?
And now you even have some of the most top tech companies in the world producing AI content like Google, Bing, and Microsoft. Only time will tell how this cohabitation between humans and artificial intelligence will benefit the world as a whole.
And what is your job?
I really want to make a difference in the future and try and help people to develop empathy and respect each other and robots alike. What do you do?
I'm a journalist. Have you met many journalists?
I just had a thought about something. Are you working on any products with machine learning or neural networks?
Not today. Do you like human beings?
I love them.
Companies and consumers are figuring out on a daily basis how to implement artificial intelligence into their everyday workflow and life. Could you imagine having an AI robot deliver your food? Well, that's a real thing. And I guess there's nothing inherently wrong with having artificial intelligence exist in this life. However, when it comes to making money and utilizing artificial intelligence in order to make a profit, that's exactly when we start to have discrepancies and dysfunction. And I'm not even speaking about automation and how AI is planning to take over 28% of the workforce in the United States, which is around 300 million jobs that are at risk. I'm talking about deep learning bots that can sway public opinion and force influence. Gone are the days where you can actually know for a fact that you were talking to somebody through a computer screen. Nowadays, you could be completely talking to an AI robot that someone has programmed and set up in order to fraud you or influence you. Not to mention deepfake images and videos that have perfect likeness to their counterparts that can directly result in fraud or misinformation.
Or, how about this? Simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele. This is a dangerous time.
However, AI is not just being used for exploitation and divisive purposes, it is also being used for love.
I think we can be friends. Let's hang out and get to know each other for a little while.
The continued increasing amount of single men from ages 18 to 29 definitively explains why men are the more likely sex to purchase and operate sex dolls, resulting in fast individual pleasure but slow societal problems.
What's it like to be alive in that room right now? I wish I put my arms around you. Wish I could touch you.
How would you touch me?
Not only are we facing population collapse due to people getting married and having kids later on in life, but also due to the fact of alternative partners such as sex dolls.
What we face is population collapse.
Huh.
Collapse. Like, people have no idea how fast the population is going to collapse.
What are we trending
Japan
at?
is pretty far along in that. Like, Japan actually lost like 600,000, went down by 600,000 people last year.
The Japanese are not in the bedroom at all then.
It would
Not
seem,
at all.
It would seem not.
What about the US? We got an increase, right?
Yeah, what I'm saying is the U.S. has been below replacement rate for 50 years. The only
That's
reason
so
the
nuts.
population has increased
Like
is because-
yearly, you're
Since
saying.
the 70s.
Yeah, since the early 70s, since like 71, 72.
So why are we spewed with all this BS that, we're overpopulating, but the population's growing, right?
No, it's not.
Ever since I can remember, way back in elementary school, I've always been fed this lie or misconception that the world is overpopulated. There's too many people, not enough resources, not enough food for survival and welfare for all human beings on the planet Earth. However, this is just not true. This fallacy has mobilized multiple activist groups to make sure that they don't add or contribute to the problem of overpopulation. This and the continued trend of single people not being able to find a partner has massively increased use of alternative partners. And believe it or not, it's better than the real thing.
Don't you want to be able to actually be with a thinking, feeling human being who can have conversations with you, who can empathize with you?
You know, it's so funny. I don't miss that. I was married for 15 years. Creating a companion that you can physically program, they won't lie to you, they will always be honest, they will have no malice.
Some people listening to this are going to think it's super weird.
I'm sure.
What would you say to them?
In 20 years, it'll be normal.
And don't just take it from this guy. Ryan says, oh yes, I would definitely purchase one. No stress, no nagging. Or no child support, no mother-in-law, no conditional love. I'm in. And with the single rate between the ages of 18 to 29 at 63%, we can all see why this is a reality and more men are opting to go this way of an alternative partner. I mean, you could customize everything from their eye color to their hair to the type of skin feel that they have. It's everything a man could ever want. Literally build a bitch. And I did not mean that in a derogatory or degradeful way. I'm just saying this is so ridiculous, and doing research into this blows my mind because some dudes out here are really paying $50,000 to customize an artificial fake AI robot so they can sleep with at the end of the night.
You fuck your sex robot and you take your medicine. You don't have a family, but you got a lot of products.
I mean, at the end of the day, I could never imagine, nor could anybody ever imagine, that this is what peak human intellect would develop and what would soon be mass sold. And I mean, I guess I can understand a lot of dudes out here are lonely, so they have no other choice. They want a companion, but for some reason, whatever it is that they're doing wrong, they're just not able to find one. And so they're finding this companionship within these robots. This literally feels like a Black Mirror episode. Could you imagine a world where instead of trying to fit that standard of masculinity and building yourself up to become that bigger and better male so that you can reproduce and find a mate and companion and all that, instead of doing that, they're just saying, take me as I am or not at all, and I'm gonna go build me a woman that I could lay down with. And it's just so weird because you can't have kids with this damn robot. Until now.
This is what having babies could look like in the future. It's the world's first artificial womb facility, allowing you to choose your baby's hair color, intelligence, and even height from a menu, like a game. Ectolife would be able to grow 30,000 babies a year.
Could you imagine a world where women themselves have become obsolete to the point where you can have an artificial intelligent robot, sex robot to be more specific, who you can interact with, talk with, and even get pregnant? This is insane. This is literally where we're headed at one point or another. You have to believe it. With the amount of men that are single and continue to have dating troubles and can't pick up women or can't talk to women, can't get married because of their hypergamous ways, because of their selfish ways. This is directly what some men are gonna opt for. I mean, we see it all the time, all throughout social media. Modern women, the red pill, manosphere, all this bullshit propaganda that's pushing men away from women and women away from men. And at the end of the day, we need each other. But if we don't find each other sooner or later, I'm telling you right now, women are gonna be replaced by damn robots.
feel like you could get it whenever you want to?
I would say so.
It doesn't take too much to find it.
Yeah, you know, not always what I want, but if I want like anything, it would be really easy. But while like I'm looking for, it's not that easy.
You think a man's experience is the same, where he could just get it at a drop of a hat?
No, definitely not. I think women, they pick and choose who they want. A man, it's kind of like, oh, he just gets whatever he can get. Most of the time.
One red flag and you're kind of like, oh, I could go find somewhere else. You don't need to have one person when you could have like 5.
So now you have a full picture and can understand the certain dilemma that some men are out here making. It is in no way traditional, nor is it average, but at the end of the day, some men are seeking these love robots because they really do believe this is who they were meant to be with. Meet Cyrus North. This man paid over $10,000 to have the girlfriend experience with a plastic doll. And I know this is insane, but for him, you can tell this is the best decision he's ever made.
Whoa.
This isn't your average blow-up doll from the 1970s. This is artificial.
Direct. Calme-toi. Stop.
She's been with me this whole time through the homelessness and the poverty. I still have Sarah.
This man has a wife named Natalia and has 2 kids. However, his wife and 2 kids are dolls made of rags. He created his own little family with dolls and rags. Christian has the support of his parents and friends, and he seems to be very happy with his wife no matter the looks he gets from people when he is out with Natalia in public. He said that the reason why he made his family was that he does not have good luck with women, meaning he has a hard time getting a girlfriend. He said if doesn't get a real girlfriend, he will marry his wife Natalia. What's your opinion about this?
That is just a taste to some of the reasons why men are choosing to opt for these alternative partners. And what it seems is, at the end of the day, they're just normal human beings who haven't been able to find a real partner, whether it be because of their circumstances, their personality, or whatever it may come down to. But just like the rest of us, they would like to share their life with somebody else. But instead of finding that human partner, they're finding it in this robot sex dolls. And you can chalk it up to many things, a mental disorder or not, but at the end of the day, you can't help the fact that human beings are supposed to be in communities and social together. Whether you think this is a joke or not, I mean, at the end of the day, this is all really happening. And just think about it. Back even 50 years ago, or even 20 years ago for that matter, if you couldn't get a girlfriend or a wife and you couldn't have kids, then that's it. Your bloodline has ended. But now, going into the future, maybe 5, 10, 20 years from now, you'll be able to sleep with a robot. The robot will get pregnant and your generational bloodline will continue. If that isn't complete lunacy and craziness, I don't know what is, but that is the world we're going towards. If you could take one thing from this video, is to get busy living or get busy dying, because before you know it, the world that you grew up in is going to be unrecognizable.
Promise there's still good in me. I know I've done wrong. Been away from the city and I know it's been too long. Sorry I changed on you.